This video is sponsored by our friends at Paperlike. You know, I hate to admit this, but I can't remember half of the iPad tips I cover in my videos. I mean, I like all of them, I just don't use them frequently enough to have them burned into my memory. But in today's video, I'm covering 5 tips I know I'll remember, and my guess is you will too. Hi, my name is Rich. Today I'm going to cover 5 clever tips that rarely make headlines but are just so handy. First up is how to hide apps, a super useful little feature. Next is the ever useful voice memos and summarization in Apple Notes. And then how to change an app icon to a widget very quickly. And this is a killer one, how to share your Wi-Fi password with a QR code. And then lastly, how to hide all the crazy distracting stuff when you open a web page. Okay, let's get started. Okay, first up is just hiding apps. If you go to your app library, you're going to see a folder here that's kind of got some blank, empty squares in it that says hidden. Those are where applications go that you want to hide. And there may be a reason that you want to do that. For example, maybe you have some notes or some things in Apple Notes that are very private and you just don't want anybody being able to get to. So here's how you do that. If I go to the Apple Notes icon and I just tap and hold on it, I can say require Face ID, and if I tap on that and then tap require Face ID, now, and it wants to see my face, so I'll try it again. There we go. So now when I tap on Notes, it says Face ID required to open Notes, and it's trying to see my face, but it can't see it because I'm at the wrong angle. But if I tip it up and say try Face ID again, now we can go into Apple Notes. So that's how you lock it. But if you notice, there's no way to hide Apple Notes. Every one of these apps are different in what functionality they have, and Apple doesn't allow you to actually hide Apple Notes, but you can lock it. But I also use Hey Email, and if I tap and hold on the icon, I now have the choice to require Face ID, which I'll do, but notice how it says hide and require Face ID. So now I'm going to tap on that. It's going to want to see my face, and I'm going to tap on hide app, and now the app is gone. And if I go over to my app library, Hey Email is not in there, but if I tap on hidden, it wants again to see my face. Now it's authenticated me, and you can see that I've got my Hey Email showing up in the hidden folder. Now if I want to unhide it, I can tap and hold, and I can tap Don't Require Face ID. And when I do that, it's going to want Face ID again to do that, just to unhide it, and now it's over here in my app folder, and I can open it from there. So you can hide apps and you can lock apps. Those are the 2 new features that are in iOS 18. Kind of handy if you've got private stuff that you want to keep away from other prying eyes. Okay, next up is voice memos and summarization in Apple Notes. Now, at the beginning of this video, I was reading off a script off a teleprompter, and I was actually recording that. So if I go into Apple Notes, I've got the recording here. I can tap on it, and I can hit play. To admit this, but I can't remember half of the iPad tips I cover in my video. So you can actually listen to what I recorded, but if you want a summary of it, without having to listen to the whole thing, you get a little summary button up here at the top, and you can tap summary like that, and now it gives you a summary of what I just recorded. And if I tap on the 3 dots, I can copy the summary, and then I can tap done here, and I can actually go down, tap and hold, and paste. And now I've actually pasted the summary of the recording there. And what makes that so useful is you may be able to take your iPhone or your iPad to the doctor's office and record the meeting that you have with your physician or maybe your attorney or some sort of important meeting. You've captured all of the audio of it, and then you can have a summary of it all in a note. And that's the kind of private stuff I was talking about where you might want to lock Apple Notes so people can't get into it. But that is just a killer little feature. It's new, and it's one that I think is really going to gain traction over time. Hey, now is a good time to tell you about today's sponsor, Paperlike. Paperlike is the original paper feel screen protector that started it all. And Paperlike 2.1 is the gold standard. Millions of users around the world use Paperlike to do their best work. I just can't get used to using my Apple Pencil on glass. The feel just isn't there. Paperlike's nanodots technology is what makes the screen protector so fantastic. Tiny micro beads covering the surface of the screen protector make the Apple Pencil provide the haptic feedback of a pencil on paper, and specifically, the feel of a pencil on premium art paper. Apple's Nano Textured Display, on the other hand, it's a new feature on iPad Pros that reduces screen glare, but does not provide the same haptic feedback. And oh, by the way, this screen protector is almost as thin as a human hair. One of my favorite things about the nanodot technology is its ability to allow light to shine through the screen protector with minimal refraction. What does that mean? It means your iPad screen still looks beautiful while maintaining little to no screen glare. Fingerprints are barely visible. The Paperlike screen protector is a fantastic tool for any iPad user who wants to improve their digital writing and drawing experience. It's on my iPad, and I can attest to how much it really feels like you're writing on paper. Just fantastic. Whether you're an artist or a note taker, be sure to check out Paperlike Screen Protector 2.1. Links in the description below. And thanks so much to Paperlike for their support of this channel. Now on to the next tip. The next little hidden trick is how to change an app icon to a widget. So I've got some icons here of various applications, and if you just tap and hold like this, you get the choice down here of the kind of widget you want. So if you notice there, it's four little squares. That's just an icon size. But if I tap over here, it just turns it into a larger app icon. And again, if I tap and hold, and I want even a bigger one, I can make that. Now it goes all the way over here because it's too big for this page. I'll tap it. So I'll tap and hold. I'll make it smaller. Now it goes back over here. And I can tap and hold again and make it back to a widget size. And it's jumping around on me. And I'll bring it back over here. And that's how you can just simply tap and hold and choose a widget size without having to go into tap and hold, edit, and add widget. That was the old way of doing it. But if you have icons on your screen already, you can turn them into a widget by just tapping and holding. But not all of them have all the different sizes. So if you'll notice on Calendar, if you tap and hold, you've got a choice of multiple different sizes of widgets. Same thing with Apple Notes. You've got a choice of different sizes. Well, you don't have a large one, but you've got 4 different ones you can have there. But if you go to YouTube and you tap and hold, you can see that there's only 2 choices, an app icon and then one small widget. And if I tap on that, I just get that kind of a widget. If I tap and hold and go back, it turns it back into an app icon. But that's just a quick way to turn an app icon into a widget without having to go through that big rigmarole mess of going into and editing and all of that kind of thing. Pretty handy. Okay, this next tip I want to show you is how to share a Wi-Fi password with a QR code. Now, that all sounds so complicated to me when it first came out. I'm not a big fan of QR codes. I don't run around with my iPhone doing stuff. But I do have friends that come over every now and then and they want to use my Wi-Fi. And I'm always kind of funky about giving them my Wi-Fi password. I don't necessarily like doing that. And then I went on my network and I set up a guest Wi-Fi password, and then I forget what that password is because I don't have people asking for it all the time. This is a handy way to share your password without giving any information at all. If you go into the Passwords application, just looking for Face ID, and you tap on Wi-Fi, you've got the various Wi-Fi networks that you've been on in here. This is mine. And now I'm going to tap on Show Network QR Code, and it's that simple. And if you tap on that, you get this giant QR code, and your guest can just come over and scan that QR code with their iPad or their iPhone, and then they can automatically join your network. And that way you never had to give a password, and then when they leave and it disconnects, they're done. And that's it. And it's just a very simple way of letting friends connect to your network without sharing a password. I think it's just super helpful. The last thing I want to show you is just how to hide distracting items when you go into your web browser. So if I open up Safari, and I've got a page here on the Cincinnati Reds, and I've got another tab open here at a website called 512 Pixels. If you go into the URL bar up at the top and you tap on this little icon, you can get Show Reader. And if you turn on Show Reader, if you'll notice, a whole bunch of stuff disappeared like that, and you just get the article. And if you go back and you tap it again, you can tap Hide Reader, and then the other things come back. And that's been around for a while. But the ability to hide distracting items is something different. So here I've got the ESPN website pulled up, and if I tap on that little icon again, there's no hide reader thing in here, and that's because ESPN doesn't want you to just get to the information. They want you to have to look at the ads and all that kind of stuff. So here's an ad for Dodge Ram, here's golf clubs, stuff like that that don't have anything to do with the Cincinnati Reds. So if I tap on that icon and I tap on Hide Distracting Items, now it says select an item. So I don't want to see this Dodge Ram ad, so I'm going to tap on that, and then I'm going to tap Hide right here, and just like that it's gone. And that's one item hidden. I'm going to tap on this golf club over here too, and I'm going to tap on Hide, and now it's just gone. Just like that. And maybe I'll tap on this too, this whole bar here that's just got a bunch of ads on it, and I can hide that. Now we're back to just reading about the Reds. And that's a way to hide stuff, and you can tap on Done up here like that, and now you can go through and view your web page without all the distracting items. Now the thing about this is it doesn't last. So once you close your browser and leave that website, and then you come back to ESPN or whatever website you were on, all of those distracting items are back again. But at least you do have the ability to hide them. And sometimes when I'm reading and they've got this video playing over here somewhere on the page, it's just so distracting to me. I hate it. So this is a great little way of just getting rid of that. A cool little feature. You know, quickly changing an app icon to a widget and the password QR code thing, those are my two big takeaways of this video. Let me know in the comments below if you found any of these tips helpful. I'd like to know. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.